Are you struggling to set up a Redis cluster in Kubernetes? You're not alone. Today, we're diving into how to create a post-init container that runs just once for each replica. Let's get started. I totally understand how frustrating it can be when your containers don't behave as expected. You want your sidecar to run only once, but Kubernetes keeps restarting it. This is a common issue many developers face. Here's the situation we're tackling today. One user asked how to create a sidecar container that initializes a Redis cluster after the main Redis containers are up. They have a stateful set with 6 replicas, but are facing issues with the sidecar restarting. Sound familiar? Let's find a solution together. So, what's happening here? Kubernetes manages pods and containers with specific policies, and while you can set a restart policy at the pod level, it doesn't allow for individual container policies. This can be tricky when you want one container to restart while another does not. Stay with me. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of how to set up your sidecar container correctly, and I promise you'll be able to get your Redis cluster running smoothly. To create a post-init container in Kubernetes, the user should utilize a combination of a sidecar container and a Kubernetes job. This allows the sidecar to run after the Redis container is ready. Next, the user needs to configure the job to run only once for each replica. This can be achieved by using a label selector to target the specific Redis pods. After setting up the job, the user should ensure that the job is triggered after the Redis pods are up and running. This can be done by using an appropriate readiness probe. Finally, the user should monitor the job's execution to confirm that it runs successfully and initializes the Redis cluster as intended. This can be done using Kubernetes commands. Fun fact, did you know that Kubernetes was originally developed by Google? It's amazing how far it has come in managing containerized applications. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative solution proposed by another user is to have the sidecar container enter an infinite sleep loop. By doing this, the sidecar will never exit, which means Kubernetes won't restart it. You can also set resource limits to minimize the impact on your cluster. Here's a pro tip. Always monitor your jobs and their logs. This will help you troubleshoot any issues that arise during the initialization process. And there you have it. By using a Kubernetes job, you can successfully run your sidecar container just once for each Redis replica. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more Kubernetes tips and tricks.